Makeup education for women over 40 is still a really confusing category, and I feel like there needs to be more tips and tricks for people that feel lost that are over 40 in the makeup department. So I have my mom, Denise, here today. She is 68 years young, almost 70, and I have witnessed her throughout the journey, her beauty journey over the years, and how her makeup has had to evolve and change. She really was very much the inspiration behind our product line, because I noticed so many brands out there don't work for women that I would say are over 50 for sure. And I wanted to create formulas and textures that just really illuminate someone in the mature category instead of diminishing their beauty, which is so prevalent nowadays. So I've given you a really thorough makeup routine on Denise. It's how she feels her best. You can of course scale back some of these tips and tricks and just utilize what speaks to you in your routine. But there's some really good tips in here to just help you evolve in your glam so that you're not doing something that is really not working well for you. So without further ado, let's get into it. And thank you, Denise, for being here.
Thank you.
Starting off with skin prep, I am now using Poetry and Potion serum, moving into Daydream Rosewater Cream, and finishing off with High Glass Facial Oil. I love to just create that glowy base for the makeup to adhere to. And next up, I am using our Supermodel Lip Bath in Strawberry Strut. I'm giving her a bit of a tan with the Nude Tanning Water, and of course putting on the Swede Lash Serum. This is my secret to long lashes. Now I'm moving into our BB Cream. This creates a really radiant, sort of real skin looking base. I'm using the shade Light on my mom. She also looks great in neutral as well. Really important to find your shade. You can always DM us to help us pick the right shade for you. Now moving into Perk Up. This is our dark circle corrector. This is a non-negotiable when it comes to your makeup routine. You need to be using something that's going to get rid of that sort of like bluey undertone under the eyes. I'm also using it on any sort of discoloration or age spots that my mom has, and it's just really going to brighten up her face, especially through the T-zone and under the eyes as well. I'm using our Refined Essentials makeup brushes. I use this all throughout the makeup application along with my fingers, pressing in the product as you can see. Another great thing to have in your makeup bag is a sponge to press everything together. It helps it just melt into the skin. Now moving on to contour. This is really for warmth more than sort of giving her too much structure on the face. I love the tone of this. You will see that it's warm. It's not overly ashy. It allows her to look sun-kissed, like she's been on vacation for a couple days. That's really the aesthetic you want to go for. A great secret of mine is applying a little bit through the crease of the eye. Believe it or not, this really wakes up the eye. A lot of women think adding a light color to the eyelids wakes you up. It's actually the opposite sometimes. A little bit more of a tanned color looks great too. I'm using our #1 brush from Refined Essentials to blend this all into her hairline, on her cheekbones, and also underneath her jawline as well, and down the neck. Again, going back to the sponge to just really blend this all in and make it look super natural and lived in. You want to aim for no harsh lines. Now, because my mom has a cooler undertone, I'm going to use Luxe. This is a cream blush. It's also a beautiful lip color that I'll use on her later to just really make her skin come to life. Now I'm setting the makeup, especially under her eyes, with Flawless. Now I'm using an eyeshadow crease brush, as you can tell, to apply Flawless to the face. This is a really important point. You don't want to use a big fluffy powder brush and dust it all over the face, or you will rob yourself of that glow. Next, I'm using our Shape Me Up brow pencil. I love the shade medium brown from my mom. I like to start on the tail and the middle of the brow first and then come towards the front. You want it to look really natural in the front of the brow, so make sure that you're not applying too much product there. And also, it's a great idea to use the spoolie as well to brush upwards. It makes it look really natural when you comb through the product into the brows. To set the brow hairs, we do have some great brow gels. I love Clear, and I also love Brow Man's OG or Brunette. Now moving on to adding some dimension to the eyes, I'm using Maui Mood Bronzer. It's a matte bronzer, and I'm dusting this on the lid of the eyes, right across the lid, and also into the crease. I'm now moving into our Heritage Eyeshadow Heirloom Trio. So for this, what you want to do is you want to take the deepest brown color and press it into the lash line. I like to use an angle brush for this step, but then I move into our domed brush to really soften the liner. I don't like any harsh lines on the eyes. Try not to have any sort of black with liquid liner on the eyes at all. all. Now I'm using our Level Up Lash Curler, our lash primer, which is called Soiree, and then moving into Flight of Fancy mascara as well, just to give her eyes lots of dimension. I'm now setting the makeup with our Forever Fancy setting spray and moving on to Graceful Lip Liner. I love this tone on my mom. It's kind of like that rosy, nudie pink color, and I'm setting it with Flawless and then moving in to Le Luxe, which is the same color that I used on her cheeks, and I'm putting it on her lips. Again, it's a nice, cool, sort of rosy pink tone that looks really flattering on her. And I'm just going back in with liner to just give her lips a little bit more fullness.
As you can see, the look is now all complete. She is looking glamorous. She feels very much herself, which I think is really important. And you have to figure out what works well for you. We're here to support you in that journey as well beyond this masterclass. But I really do think that with these light layers, these creamy textures, a lot of beautiful blush on the cheeks, eyes that pop, and a lip that just glows, it really will help you look like your most radiant self. And realistically, at this time in your life, you should feel your most beautiful. There's no reason not to. So with these tips and tricks, I hope that you put them to use, you play, you learn, you grow, and ultimately you feel a whole lot better about you.